And welcome to the PBA pregame show presented by AMF. So how did we get to this point? 96 guys started on Tuesday.
Yeah, 96 guys. We had 24 games of qualifying. That cut us down to 32. Those 32 then bowled 6-game advance round, where after that we cut to 16 for a 16-game match play round robin, where you're then going to see the top 5 on the show today.
And the ultimate goal is to be on the show, right? So when you started out on Tuesday and Wednesday, you said, I'm going to be on the show.
Well, that was the goal, but instead, we're sitting here today in the booth with you.
To the 5 that made it, it's Spencer Robarge, Brandon Bonta, Jesper Svensson, Graham Faw, and EJ Tackett, the #1 bowler in the world. 3 times he has been Player of the Year over the past 3 years. He's looking to make that 4 in a row. No one has ever done that before. Let's hear from the #1 bowler in the world. He's with Savannah Humoller.
Now, EJ, we asked all of our PBA fans some social media questions to see if they had any questions for you, and there was one that came back in particular from actually one of your colleagues, Eric Jones.
Okay.
Are you ready to hear what he asked you?
Sure.
He asked you, if he was a worm, would you still love him?
Yes, Eric, I would still love you if you were a worm.
Now, what Eric doesn't know is in asking that question, he actually won an autographed pin.
That's funny. He could ask me anytime for an autograph. I'm pretty sure he's not going to, but this would be nice for his collection at home.
Well, here we have the pin itself. This one is going straight to Eric. If he was a worm, you said that you would still love him.
Yeah, I mean, I still do. So I'm going to write to the other EJ, since he's Eric Jones.
We love it, the EJs. Amazing. Well, EJ and to Eric Jones, congratulations on the pin.
Yep.
And EJ, good luck this weekend with the Players' Championship.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And continuing on with the PBA pregame show presented by AMF, now we welcome in a guy who is 2nd all-time in the majors and has the 1992 Players' Championship. You guys probably know who I'm talking about now by the look.
Right to claim it, and he got it!
Who do you think you are? I am!
We welcome in Pete Weber. Hey, man, what do you think about my look? You're the face of bowling. What do you think about mine?
Well, that's a surprise to me because I haven't wore the sunglasses for a while, but good touch. Very good
Hey,
touch.
you inspired me, but you have been the face of bowling for decades now. How does that feel to be the face of bowling?
Well, actually, it's an honor to be the face of bowling. It's an honor to be the face of anything, really, because, people associate me as the bad guy and not the gentleman and things, but the PBA looks past that and they see the guy that I really am, and I guess that's what they really want.
You've had numerous stretches in your career where you were the most dominant player out there, really. And we got this guy, EJ Tackett, for the last few years that has been Player of the Year, year after year. What are your thoughts on what EJ's done the last few years?
What EJ has done the last few years, wow, man, that's just unbelievable. What he's done, the titles he's won, the Player of the Year. Man, he puts his mind to it and he wins, period. He said last year to me, he said, I'm going to win your tournament. So, and he went out and won my tournament. So, I don't put anything past EJ. He's phenomenal. And it's really an honor to watch him bowl and do the things he does with one hand in a bowling ball instead of 2.
All right, so you mentioned your tournament. Talk about, is that a big honor for you? We're going to see you next week. Is that a big honor for you that they have named the tournament after you?
Well, anytime they name any tournament after you, you've reached up here. You're not down here anymore. You reached the elite. So I've reached the top. There is nothing more in bowling that I could accomplish. The one thing eluded me was Player of the Year, but I live without that, to have a tournament named after me. So it is the utmost honor that I could receive from the PBA.
Yeah, Pete, I think you've surpassed the credential of Player of the Year. I mean, you're one of the most inspirational players that has ever blessed this game. And you have the famous quote, like you alluded to earlier, love me or hate me, you watched.
Hate me or love me, you watched. That's all you could do.
Now I want to know, do you think the fans out there, do you think more of them love you or hate you? I want an update.
Out of all the things I've ever posted, I've got more love than I've got hate. But, you know, if you hate me, I guess it really doesn't bother me because I got all them other people that love me. So, you know, hate me all you want, but you're still going to watch to see what I do. So.
Well, we look forward to watching you and being with you next week, and we'll be in Missouri, and we'll be hanging out with you at your event. And so we want to thank you for joining us, and enjoy today's event, Pete. This is going to be a great one, right?
Oh, yes, it will. I can't wait to hear Kyle. I can't wait to hear both of yous. You know, it's the first show for both of yous. Maybe a little nerve-wracking, but I really can't wait to hear both of yous talk today.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Pete.
Thank you, Pete. All right, let's take a look at the top 5 and how they match up. So we start off the Stepladder finals, which means we've got 5 versus 4, and really unique this week in the fact that we've got two 23-year-olds that were college teammates at Wichita State.
Yeah, what are the odds in that? And when I see Brandon Bonta and Spencer Robarge here, what I think is this is about as equal of a match as you get. You have a righty, you have a lefty, you have 2 rookies, both kind of have similar TV experience. So I think it's going to come down to just who gets more comfortable on TV the quickest.
I talked to their coach, Rick Steelsmith, and he said Wichita State has never been more proud than they were when those 2 players made this in their rookie season, their first event as pros. So a big deal for 5 and 4. All right, let's talk about 3, Jesper Svensson.
Yeah, Jesper, I think a lot of guys, if you ask who is the best lefty on tour, I think they're going to give the nod to Jesper, and he's dangerous. I mean, even for EJ, who's our 1 seed, when Jesper gets lined up and that ball starts hitting the pocket and striking, you better watch out. 14
titles, 2 majors already for Jesper. Okay, if he climbs the ladder and goes to number 2, he has to take on Faw, the Canadian, who, by the way, is really excited about the hockey game that's taking place.
Yeah, he was a little distracted when we were talking about him. He was more worried about the hockey game. Yeah, Graham, he is a force to be reckoned with. Last year had an unbelievable season. He figured some stuff out in the off season. We talk about his preparation going into the season. He won the first tournament last year of the season in 2025. Now, 2026 makes the show in the first season in this season. I mean, he is going to be a force to reckon with against Jesper. And if I were to give the nod to someone, if that is the matchup, I like Jesper, more TV experience.
Okay, but Faw, 10 years ago yesterday, won this very event. So he has a Players' Championship under his belt. But if they get to that point, they've got to take on the number 1 player in the world. He has been the best. EJ Tackett has been unstoppable in 2025. Can he continue that in 2026?
Well, I don't see why not. I actually bowled and crossed right next to EJ during the qualifying, all 24 games. And this dude looked like he just never left the 2025 season, man. He's in cruise control. He doesn't miss the pocket. His ball, the pins fly everywhere. It's like he made a bet with the pins to say, hey, listen, guys, if you just fall over, here's a little C note or something. I mean, this guy he's unbelievable. So I don't really, I think whoever gets to EJ in that finals is going to have quite the match ahead of them.
Let's find out where he is mentally. Let's bring EJ in right now. All right, we bring in the Indiana native, EJ Tackett. So it wasn't just grabbing the number 1 position. You grabbed it by 200 pins, EJ. What are you doing to the competition here?
Well, I just show up and bowl, honestly. I'm going out there trying to do the best I possibly can every single day, every single event. I always bring this up. I watched Tiger Woods growing up, and when he got into the lead, he didn't want to just lead by 3 or 4. He wanted to lead by 12. And I always bring that mindset. So I'm always trying to lead by as much as I possibly can all the time. And I was able to do that this week.
You know, he's being humble right now. He actually showed up and kicked everyone's butt is what he wants to say.
Okay. Well, that's okay. But now, EJ, let's talk a little bit about the difficulties of this event. You qualified in Euless, Texas, which is not the same event you're going to be bowling today in the finals. How difficult was it to go from that venue to here, and then also the dual patterns that you've had to deal with?
Yeah, so we'll start with the dual patterns. Obviously, you got to keep your mind on each pattern individually, and especially when we got into the catcher's round and match play, where we had the long pattern on the left lane, short pattern on the right lane. You really had to stay focused and not let what you're doing on one lane affect the other one. But coming over here to the ITRC from Euless, it's something that we've done in the past, where we've qualified in one place and had the TV show in another. So it's all about coming in and practicing, which we did yesterday, and drilled a couple bowling balls, getting prepared, and it's all about execution at that point. So we've had some practice on the lanes, getting acclimated to the differences from Euless to here at the ITRC, and like I said, it's just execution at this point.
Now, EJ, you've won a lot of majors, but this is one that you have not taken home yet. Is that a factor at all in this going into this show? The fact that you haven't won a Players, this would be your first one, and a step closer to the Super Grand Slam.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I want to win all the major championships. That's the goal of showing up. I don't show up to finish second. So 6 years ago, I finished second to Bill O'Neill by 1 pin. So I don't let you think that that's eating at me or anything.
Yeah, you didn't forget that.
I did not
But you
forget.
knew it was 1 pin.
It was 1 pin. That's the closest I've ever been to winning this event. I think I've only made the show. I think this is the 4th time in my career I've made the TV show. So I haven't had a lot of chances at this particular event, but obviously I'm in a great position. It's one game, and I just got to go bowl, and hopefully in a short while I'll be hosting a trophy and adding the Players Championship to my collection.
We saw you earlier with the bowling pin. Now, are you going to hand that to Eric, or how is that going to get delivered?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to hand it to Eric or not. That might be a little bit over the top, but it would be very funny. So we'll see what happens, but it'll get in his hands in one way or another.
All right. Well, go change out of your suit, put the bowling attire on, and we're about ready to get underway. So thank you for joining us here on the PBA pregame show presented by AMF. Now, turn to the CW. Action's about to get underway.